Can you guys please not use all that entry ups that I do?
Ken.
Oh, yeah, let me know. We're rolling, huh?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Damn it. Hi, I'm Ken Davis. I'm the sales manager of Upscale Audio. One of the best products of the past decade has been the all-in-ones. To tell you the truth, until the past 2 or 3 years, I never took these products seriously. And then came along the Cambridge Evo 150. It was exciting, it was cool. I loved it so much in the store, and I thought the DeLorean edition was kick-ass, at least in appearance, you know, because it looked so much cooler than the regular one to me. I bought one, and I told my marketing manager, or our marketing manager, Alex, all about it, and he got one too, and I love it. And now there's a replacement that's even better. Same cool look with huge options for displays like meters and artwork that you see here. And this new version, the SE, has enhanced performance and refined features. The engineers at Cambridge have really worked hard to refine this product by testing different signal paths and component variations to try to get a more detailed, open, and engaging sound. And it worked. With greater separation, lower distortion, improved clarity, the new tuning of the Hypex NCOREx amplifier module is really nice. Now, this is not your grandpa's Class D amplifier. You know, about 20 years ago, I bought a Class D amplifier, and it did some things really well, like nice bass punch and definition, but oh my gosh, the mid-range and the treble was not good. Like tubes, say an EL34 or a KT88, these Class D modules have a sound, but that sound is highly influenced by other things, such as the input and the way it goes through an op amp, or the power supply, the way the power supply feeds the amplifier module. Very clean power is going to have a direct influence that can make or break the sound. Now, this new SE, or special edition of the Cambridge Audio Evo 150, has a better op amp. This is a Texas Instruments, and let me get this whole number right, OPA 1612 dual op amp. Also, in the DAC section, it's using a Sabre DAC. A lot of people are fans of the Sabre DAC. This is the ESS Sabre ES9018K2M. You know, this thing does Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Google Cast, AirPlay 2, comes with 4 side panels. So you can mix and match. There's a left and a right, and in this one, my favorite, this wood, it also has one that accentuates the very contemporary lines on the side. That's really nice. The unit's 150 watts per channel, so it's going to power almost anything. It's got very versatile connections, including a moving magnet phono input, balanced stereo XLR inputs, an analog RCA auxiliary input. It works well in your home theater TV style application. That's the way I use it in my bedroom. The HDMI ARC input for connecting a compatible TV. 2 Toslink digital inputs that go up to 24-bit 96K. A coaxial digital input with up to 24-bit 192K resolution. There's a USB Type A connection on the back for playing music from a USB thumb drive or a hard drive. There's a USB Type B input for connecting a computer or a USB compatible streamer with asynchronous connection between the two. USB Class 1 up to 96K, Class 2 up to 384 kilohertz, PCM and DSD256. It also has a proprietary input because Cambridge Audio makes a matching and compatible CD disk drive. So it matches the total aesthetic of this unit and plugs in. There is a mono RCA output for a powered subwoofer, stereo RCA preamp output if you want to connect a separate power amp, and a front panel right there in the corner, the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. There's an Ethernet port on the back for your wired connection. There's a port that works as a 12-volt trigger or an IR input, another port for 12-volt trigger out, an RSC 232 C port for use with third-party controls. Man, I can't believe I got all the way through that back panel. So let's talk about something, though, that is really much more important to me and probably to many viewers or people that are listening, watching. How does it sound? It is neutral with a touch of warmth. It avoids being clinical. It's not overly sweetened. It doesn't have treble roll-off. And this allows it to be very versatile across lots of music genres, so you can play anything. A very transparent mid-range that accentuates vocals and acoustic instruments with a lifelike clarity to it. It's a slightly forward presentation in the mid-range that helps detail and an articulation without ever becoming shouty. It's very nice with micro details because it's fast, and what this means is that you can really pick up on details like human breath, string structure, reverberation trails. It has a nice extended top end that's airy and crisp. Very good treble resolution. No brittle edge that some Class D amplifier designs have a very brittle edge. Not so here with this product. And what I like, who doesn't like to have some bass? The bass is solid. We have a low end that's tight and fast. It's not thick or boomy. It's very controlled and musical. It can drive almost anything, including difficult loads, but I've tried it with a couple things, including a couple of the Fyne audio speakers that we really like here in the store. If you haven't seen Kevin's video on the new Fyne Audio F502S, this is a bargain killer. Much better than many of its competition, and it played beautifully with this. Then I tried it on a really nice high-end Fyne speaker, the F703 SP, and man, it knocked that out of the park. If you're looking for kind of a classic bookshelf, how about the Wharfedale Super Linton? We tried that, came out really well. And then we tried the Klipsch Cornwall. The Klipsch Cornwall is super efficient, as many of you might know. And why it makes such a good match, you're saying, why do you need 150 watts for a Klipsch Cornwall? You don't. But what you do need is an amplifier combination, all of the things internally on this device. Everything is super quiet, and that's critical for a speaker that's really efficient like the Klipsch Cornwall. And consequently, you get very dark black backgrounds. You know, I mentioned this was good with all kinds of music. There is a track that I really love, especially when I want to relax. And I'm going to get the name all screwed up, but I've spelled it out and given it to a note to the production people here so that they can see. It's Ubi Caritas by Ola Giallo. I'm sure I botched that name, so please in the comments correct me so I can get this right next time. Beautiful flowing vocals in this track that really sounded very natural with this all-in-one piece. So I went back to some old stuff. I did Karen Carpenter, Rainy Days and Mondays. I really brought through some emotion there. Went even back further in the years. Nina Simone, Black is the Color of My True Love's Hair. There's a lot of emotion in this song, and it was very nicely revealed with this all-in-one unit. Then I said, let's rock out. Back to my days of a youth. The Who, one of my favorite bands, especially when I was young, Behind Blue Eyes. And then I thought, let's do something a little bit more contemporary. Texas Sun. And I'm going to just say, look at the video that these guys will put up because I can't say the name of this band. So I also tested it with some headphones. At home, when I'm listening in the bedroom, I listen with a pair of Meze Audio 109 Pro, and I was really surprised. It does a wonderful job with that. And, you know, over the years and the decades, I'm always upgrading. I'm in this perpetual path of upgrading my main system. I've probably got about $60,000 at retail invested in my main system. And when I go up to the bedroom and I turn that system on, I've got this and a pair of bookshelf speakers that retail at about $3,000. So I've got about $6,000 in that system. So it's 10% of the cost of my main system. And I'm still really happy to listen to it. I don't feel like I'm missing stuff. Of course, it's not like it is in my main system. That's not what it's about. It's about being able, for me, it's about being able to really enjoy the music. It's about really being able to enjoy what I'm listening to. And I do, and that's important. So what I want to say before we go is, if you've doubted all-in-one systems, take a look at this. It's got a lot of potential. You would have to spend, I'm going to say, $6,000 to $10,000 in separates, because you're going to need a power cable for your DAC, a power cable for your streamer, a power cable for your amp and preamp or integrated amp. You're going to need connecting cables, USB cables, interconnect cables. So save yourself, if you want a simple system for your office, for your bedroom, but you need something that really is a wonderful sounding unit, I think this would fill your bill. You know, here at Upscale Audio, we're going to treat your system like it's our system. Our salespeople are not on commission. They know these products. They take them home and listen to them. They listen to them in the store, where we have 10,000 square foot showroom. I hope you'll give us a shot. Thank you for watching.